right, y'all. Good morning. I was looking for something and I found it, and now I am here. Good morning. Blessed be. It is High Priestess Jamila. Good morning, Kinsley's mommy. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. So, I'm hoping that some of my people from TikTok come over here. TikTok viewers tend to not like YouTube, and yeah, I understand why. TikTok viewers tend to not like YouTube. Uh, YouTube is like the ghetto of the internet. Anyway, um, I wanted to talk to you guys about surviving a coven and just all of the little things that they do. A coven can be an actual traditional coven, like a actual witch coven, a dark witch coven. And I want to first start this off by saying that these particular, dark types of people are very, very evil, very evil, very sadistic, very sinister. Do not even think about joining them. If you join them due to their bullying, like some people will try to appease them, more so make friends with them. I wouldn't. Um, Surely, this coven that you're dealing with, they don't have a trillion members. The whole world is not in their covenant. You have to remember that. You have to not allow them to control your mind. Good morning, one EQ. You have to literally look at the world the way that it is, and not the way that they want you to see it. And I have seen them change people's perceptions. I've seen them put people under mind control. I have seen these covens do all kinds of stuff. Um, some of y'all are dealing with good old fashioned gang stalking and bullying, which usually doesn't involve anything spiritual. But I think it can still have the same devastating effects, because if it, in that case, you're dealing with energy, and you may even be dealing with that person's bad spirits. Because if somebody is bullying you, that means that they have um, lower vibrational, evil, inconsolable spirits on them, right? And usually people that are bullying other people are subconsciously uh pushing those spirits, or sacrificing that person to a bully, which is one of the reasons why I'm not having any more children, but I refuse to. I homeschooled my child because there's a lot of bullies in school that come from families of people that you don't know. And I just wouldn't be doing it for spiritual reasons. It is because of spiritual reasons, not even political, um spiritual reasons as to why you may want to look into homeschooling. uh the effects of childhood school bullying, either by teachers or other students, can last a very long time or a lifetime. It can be very painful. And there have been cases of children committing suicide because of that. Now, those are children. Bullies do want to get people to harm themselves. this is a fact. This is a fact that a bully wants to get somebody to harm themselves or even to harm someone else. It's just the way these people are. Um, you can't change them with love and light. It's not going to happen. Now, first of all, I want to say that everything that I am sharing with you is where I am speaking from personal experience. I have dealt within my practice, I've dealt with several different covens of a different variety. Um, some of them satanic, some of them pagan, some of them uh, religious. Okay, religious cults. They call them cults, but it's actually a coven. Okay, so I've dealt with as well as survived and still surviving because um they don't usually know how to let go. You still do not join them or try to appease them. uh I wouldn't, and if you have a significant other in your life that has decided to bow down to these people, I would leave him. I would, or her. I'm sorry, no. Okay. You do not bow down to a bully. You do not bow down to a coven, uh, or anybody that is attacking you. Now, the thing of it is that they will do a lot of different things. So I'm going to try to cover a lot during this live. I encourage you guys to contact me for either a consultation or at least a reading. Okay. A lot of people think that in particular with my spiritual work, and that's another way that, enemies and competitors have tried to make me look bad is by trying to make it seem like my work is expensive and whatever, I will survive. They don't say anything about anybody else, but especially if you're a woman. Okay. Uh, so anyway, you guys are more than welcome to contact me for a reading or consultation. And you may end up finding that you can do the work. There's certain workings that you can get a little at a time, starting with what prioritizes itself at that time. But I can tell you that the priority can change depending on the day of the week or the hour when you are dealing with a coven. It can change. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, 1EQ. Thank you, sweetie. It's not so when I say, for example, I do a reading for you today, and you have one of those covens that they literally go by the days of the weeks and the energies of the days of the weeks um to plan their attacks. Or like, for example, today is Friday. They may have a jar that they light up where they've tried to screw up your love life. Okay. So they may light that up all together, and or it may be a specific particular person that's there to screw up your love life, make as many people hate you or sour your life. Okay. Um, and so you may contact me today, and your love life may be a priority, or you may be feeling a little down, or you may be feeling a little depressed because today is Friday and you're being sent all of these anti-love energies, to kind of just isolate you. You may be feeling isolated, right? And you may be feeling like antitrust. Okay. um But it depends on the day of the week, the person that you're dealing with in this coven, because what covens will do is they will all attack, either they will all attack you every single day, or depending on the size of the company of the coven, they will pass you around like a rag doll, meaning that they will do things at different days of the week. Why do I know this? Because I am a seer. Hecate has given me the gift of being able to see people's rituals. Even if they think that they're hiding from me, I can still see intentions coming towards me. Usually these intentions come in advance. However, there was some stuff that hit me, and I yeah, and it was so weird because I did, and I should have saw it coming, and it just is what it is, but I'll recover from it, okay? Anyway, so something that may be a priority today may change tomorrow because somebody different is throwing something at you. So, what you have to do is you have to anticipate how they are going to attack you. Now, a coven will attack depending on who it is. They will attack everything from yourself, your looks. The first thing they're going to do is try to bind you and oppress any of your powers. It's very, very difficult to bind a witch, especially some of you witches, because I don't know what it is about myself. I think it's because I am a high priestess. I attract a lot of very powerful witches. So they start off with binding you. They will attack your children. They will attack your animals. They will attack your job, your money. They will attack your marriage. They will attack your health. They will attack if everything and anything that they know about you. This is the reason why you have to be careful, especially out here in social media. Um, I have seen people in social media, as simple as Facebook, have nothing but problems, nothing but issues, and they had no idea that either a witch or a coven was attacking them and their family. They're just posting things in social media, they're posting them public, they're not keeping their posts private. One of the reasons why social media is suggesting that you keep your stuff private is because if you have your stuff just open to the public, you have to be prepared for psychopaths and sociopaths watching what you're doing, being jealous, and throwing the evil eye at you. Okay. That is what ends up happening. That is usually what ends up happening. They will do that to you. And so every coven is not like this. There are some covens that they just literally want to commune with nature, and those covens typically are very humble. They do well financially. Uh, you know, and it's and they just commune with nature. They heal one another. But there are some very dark, sinister covens out there. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. I haven't even got to the tip of the iceberg yet of what I want to talk about. It's a lot. It's a lot. And would I go to a coven like that for protection? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't personally. There are some people that would. I wouldn't do it because I personally am of a belief system that a coven that is attacking innocent people, and they do attack innocent people. They do. Some of them will even do smear campaigns against people that are totally innocent. I believe that eventually it's going to backfire. And I believe that if they meet a coven that counteracts them, it's going to start backfiring very quickly. Okay. Um, and so I don't believe that these are the most powerful covens. No, I don't believe that corruption is more powerful than you as an individual. No, I don't. One of the reasons why I feel that way is because of my experiences. My experiences in life has taught me that honesty is the best policy. You can never go wrong by doing right. And that is the truth. It's not a Christian thing. It's not a religious thing. It is just something that I've learned and I believe in it and I'm not going to stop believing in it. Now, do I believe that you shouldn't have that that you shouldn't work with dark spirits like the dark goddess? For example, Hecate is a dark goddess. Lilith is a dark goddess. Tiamat is a dark goddess. Kali Ma is a dark goddess. Okay. And then when you go deeper, there are certain demons that you can even work with that will help you. The ones that I would suggest in particular, if you're going to go that route, and I am offering invocations of this particular demon, is Forneus. Forneus is the good guy of the underworld. Okay, so um and then of course Clonic would be one that you can work with for your money. Of course, Lucifer or Satan. Okay. Um, which presumably is the same person, but it's actually not the same person. Lucifer and Satan are two different people, two different deities, two different, people. Um, Forneus comes up for me because Forneus can help you if you have been lied on. Covens will do that. They will do smear campaigns against you. Forneus is a very fierce demon, very loving. And I think that people that are going through smear campaigns should go to Forneus immediately. Because what Forneus is going to do is Forneus is going to clear up a lot of those lies. You would assume that going directly to, other demons would be, um, I wouldn't, because I found that you can't trust some of them because the bigger the offering that is being made to them, they can turn on you. But Forneus will not turn on you because he is a protector. He will actually protect you from all of the other demons in hell. And he has a lot of ranking. So I would consider going to him, especially if the church. So listen, the church is interesting. They try to tell us, oh no, don't do that. Don't, oh God, don't do that. But the church is actually abandoning us in every way. All witches are being abandoned by the church. All of us are. In fact, some of us are even being attacked by churches. Okay? So listen, you got to do what you got to do. And so a lot of people would look at this situation that I'm speaking about and they will get sad. Knowing about it can be sad, because you're thinking to yourself, My God, why do I even exist? And some of y'all will get depressed. Some of y'all will get suicidal. Uh and some of y'all will just give up, and you can't do that. Okay? You can't ever give up, because these people, even though they put you in a position of isolation, and they can try to make you feel, which I don't, nobody can make me feel anyway. I am a Cancer zodiac sun. My sun sign is a Cancer. So nobody can control how I feel. That's the one thing about Cancers, is that you can't make us feel some type of way. Okay. We're very clear on that. But they will try to make others feel like, and I've seen them be able to do it, they've made other people feel as though they are the only people in the world that exist, and they're not. They will, I've seen them put people under like a mind control suggestion, like, they are like the alpha, the omega, and there's you have no other options but to sit back and allow them to spiritually abuse you and attack you, and you have to not fall for that okey doke. If you fall for the okey doke, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. But, so don't do that. Stop allowing them to control your mind. And I think that men are more subservient to that. I think women are much more headstrong than that. But, because I've seen men fall for the okey doke, and, you know, nothing's good. Nothing good is going to come out of that. Okay. So you're a solitary witch, and you're minding your own business, and here they come. They think, they're very delusional. They have delusions of grandeur. Now, just because they're delusional doesn't mean that they can't be dangerous, that they can't be harmful. Some of them are very ghetto and gangster, to the point where you will be feeling, hello, John Lane. Hello, I wasn't ignoring you. I just want to get all of this out. Some of them will try to make you feel or even threaten violence to you. Okay. Some of them will do that. They will threaten violence to you. Some of them do have pull with the police and the courts. Some of them do. If that is the case, you cannot be intimidated by these people. You have work to do, because it does not matter if they have pool, if they know the judge, if they know a bunch of attorneys. It doesn't matter, because truth is truth and justice is justice. Because they are going to try to make you feel that they have a key to the city, and they are just number one, and you know they are everything, and the all powerful Oz. They will try to make you feel that way, and it's complete bullcrap. Because if that was the case, you know if that was the case, why do they need you? Why do they need your energy if they are the all powerful? As a witch, that's what they're after. Is they are after you and your energy. You are basically seen as an energetic sacrifice, basically. So, yeah, they are. They are. And so my suggestion with that is to first protect yourself from any physical harm, because the coven themselves may not try to physically harm you, but the work that they are doing on you and the people around you can cause violence. Okay. And a lot of people, let's face it, they're just puppets. That's why there's a lot of people when they're dealing with a coven, they are very selective about who they let around them, because the people around you can absolutely end up being like puppets to them. They don't really have control over themselves, and you'll find that you'll end up suffering from some kind of violence or either threats. So the first thing that you want to do is protect yourself from violence. How do you do that? You do that with intention, and you can even do that with herbs. Yes, you can protect yourself from violence. Depending on what they're doing to you, uh, depending on what they're after. Some of you guys have factually been targeted by a pedophile ring. Okay. Some of your children are targets of that pedophile ring. Child trafficking, sex trafficking is a big thing in America. And some of these covens out there are factually doing work for these very corrupt people who seek to be protected and concealed. So for some of you guys, it's really, really serious. And to protect your child is first priority. You do not want to ever be put in a situation to where your child is separated from you and in the hands of someone that you don't know. Do not be tempted and get overwhelmed and send your child to go and live with a family member or something like that. The family has to stick together. You keep your child or your children close to you. It's not to say that something's gonna happen, but when your child is out of your care, there is always the probability that something something could happen, and nobody's going to protect their child more than the mother or the father. Okay, presumably. I know that I am a mother that protects my children, um, and they will sort of kind of try to sell your family like you're being put on the black market against your will. So I've been through that, and I've known plenty of mothers who were targeted by a coven, and they were trying to separate you from your child, basically. So with that, you have to have a lot of support. I would suggest trying to find the light and the support, because basically what they will do to you if you have children is because I can see their rituals, I can see everything that they write on their candles, I can see everything that they write on their petitions. Okay, blessed be, I can see all of that. And pretty much what they will do if you have children or animals is they will write down on the piece of paper that you're going to go nuts, you're going to go crazy, you know you're going to become a harm to yourself and everybody around you, and they will do work like that. And if they know what they're doing, they've made it happen. um with some of you, unfortunately, they don't necessarily make you hurt your children, or you know but they have had people so messed up to where you can't think, you're just emotional, you may be drinking a whole lot, and you may be broken. I've seen them break people before. Not me. I've had it done to me, and I'm like a bane to their little secret society. They can't stand me, and I'm here for it, and I don't care. I'm not sensitive to hate. Yeah, no. You come for my children, and you gonna go through hell in your life. I'm gonna bring hell in your life. And so they did come for my children. And at the time I was dealing with 3 or 4 covens at the same time. So they will do things like this. So they don't care. They are very ruthless. They are pure, unadulterated evil, is what you're dealing with. Pure, unadulterated evil. Okay. And so they will do death magic on you. They will put curses on you. They will bind you. They will try to block your money. They will send things to everybody in your life. They are every single day, they're thinking of a new idea to try to destroy you and to try to destroy your life every single day. First of all, the one thing that you have to do besides protection from violence is to protect everyone in your life, every covenant, and every contract in your life. For example, you have to protect yourself, you have to protect your children, you have to protect your mortgage company, you have to protect your banks, you have to protect, if you are renting, you have to protect your landlord, you have to protect your kids' school, you have to protect everything. Otherwise, they are going to attack you at every angle. The purpose is to ruin your life and to see you go through changes. And then also, they enjoy manipulating, especially if they are new to the craft, which I feel people that are not specifically bloodline witches, if you don't have previous witchcraft in your bloodline, which means that you're a newbie. If your family never practiced witchcraft, you're a new witch in this life. So they have a new toy and they're going to play with it. That's how I look at them, as children playing with toys. I can be seen as a very disrespectful person, but people like that, I don't believe that they are deserving of respect. So, I can be that bitch. I can, and I'll keep being that bitch. Okay, I am that bitch. They are trying to manipulate your sex life. They are trying to manipulate your sexual orientation. Uh, that is one of the many things that they do, but it is, you know, to me, I think that what you have to focus on is keeping your job. And the way that you do that is you don't tell anybody where you work at. If people do know where you work at, which is really tough because family, a lot of y'all tell your family where you work, and then somebody in the family tells somebody else in the family that could be very problematic. And then that person in the family takes that information back to either a witch or a coven, and the next thing you know, your job is on the line. The next thing you know, you're having problems on the job. The next thing you know, you're not being promoted, or either you're suffering from some kind of burnout um at the job, and so they will attack you at every angle. They will attack your home. You have to protect your home. They will attack your health. Okay, you have to protect your health. Okay. They'll even attack your familiars, your animals. You have to protect your animals. You know, you do. Sometimes you even have to cleanse your animals. Sometimes, they've attacked your pet so much that your pet either starts getting sick or it just kind of like they'll start having odd, strange behavior, you know, um, going to the bathroom in weird places. And yeah, you know, so they attack everything. Okay. Here's how you survive it. The first thing that I want to tell you that can be absolutely devastating is the bindings that they put on you. Now, a binding has to be dealt with in two ways: road opening, door opening, as well as unbinding yourself. That can be very frustrating when you're binded. This is where they cut off your power if you are a working witch or if you're a regular person. Do you think that only witches can, or like, I feel like the bad ones need to be binded? Absolutely. The good ones that are responsible, no. But do you think that they can't bind you? If even if you don't practice witchcraft, they can still bind you. They bind you from your own personal power, the things that are coming off of your mind, body, and spirit. They will bind you. They can bind anybody. And the next thing your normal influence that you may have, those natural gifts that you may have, are going wrong. And you're wondering what the hell is going on. Why is it that, like, for example, let's say that you're somebody that really loves dogs or animals, period. Let's say that you have the gift of, what do they call that, sister? Where you can communicate with animals and you have a really deep connection with animals. I can't think of the name of it, but it's where you can it's where you have this deep connection with animals and you can communicate with them. Um, and then all of a sudden you're being attacked by animals. All of a sudden you walk down the street and a bird attacks you or poops on you, or you get attacked by a dog, or a cat hisses at you, or all of a sudden, birds that, maybe your pet bird is all of a sudden snapping at you. Okay. These are the telltale signs. And a lot of people will usually wait until things are really, really bad. But don't beat yourself up because of that, because sometimes it's called divine timing. Um, that you would, wait to deal with that. Okay. Please stay clear on things. Do not become paranoid. Being attacked by a coven can factually cause you to have symptoms of schizophrenia, and sometimes they're doing it on purpose. Please do not ever think or believe that you are being attacked by the entire world. Please do not ever think and rest on the whole world attacking you, because that is not the truth. That is something that they want you to believe. Everybody in the world is not out to get you. They have put antitrust spells and bindings on you. And this is when things become very destructive in your life, when you feel that way. You have to be able to find the light. Okay. And in order to get out of that darkness. And then, I truly believe that they do have, um, some of them will try to act like they help people. People that are a part of these dark covens can't help anybody and they can't be trusted. I'm sorry, you can't trust them as far as you can throw them. And I'm going to tell you why. Because at any moment's notice, you may be innocently used as some kind of sacrifice. And you wouldn't even have had to do anything. You could have been straight with that person. Okay. You may not have, you didn't make any moves to snake that person or do them dirty or work against them. And we need to start exposing spiritual trafficking because I think that that's a thing too. Okay. Spiritual trafficking. To where it doesn't matter. You're just a body, you're just a ball of energy. They have no moral compass at all, and they will just sacrifice you, energetically. Hold on, y'all. I thought that my son was making coffee, but apparently he wasn't. So, my suggestion, if I were to go back and redo everything for the past several years, here's how I would have done things differently. But everything that I did, everything that I did was on point. Okay. As far as like with the spell work, as far as with like the invocations, the meditation that it required to get through it. Okay. I would have done more witch bottles. Witch bottles, baby. Oh my God, I love witch bottles. Even though I've done lots and lots of jars, I am obsessed with witch bottles now. I am. I am obsessed with them. I love them. They're so nice. I plan to make all sorts of different designs and shapes and, witch bottles that do different things. Okay. We do not attack people that are not evil. Only evil, sadistic, sinister people get attacked over here. I will do curses on evil people because I believe that evil people deserve to be cursed. I don't believe that an innocent person that gets up and goes to work every single day, takes care of their family, just wants to have a normal life and maybe practice their craft. Uh, you know, there's no unforeseen, like if you see a witch and she's, doing her oracle cards and she's out in the grass and she's burning her candles and communing with nature. There is nothing sinister about that. People can be very paranoid. People can be very paranoid and think that you're planning to do something to them. There's no unseen force that is attacking through witches. A lot of people think that, and that's not the truth. That's a concept that came out of the church. That, oh, even though it seems harmless, what an ordinary witch is doing, even though it seems harmless, somehow she's conjuring up demons that's hurting everybody, and that's not true. Okay. People are paranoid about it. Okay, and then this is how you create paranoia, is how you create this civil unrest and delusions and, people doing things unnecessarily. Okay. So I would say that more than likely, if you're dealing with a coven, they probably have put hexes, curses on you. And I'm sorry, I'm running water in the bathroom at the moment, guys. Please give me a moment. I appreciate your patience while I run this water. Um, and I'm sorry if I wonder if it's. I'm gonna go back and listen to this to see if the noise has been canceled out. Um, you need several witch bottles. I would say 10 of them. I would say if you're dealing with a coven, get prepared to make or either to have made for you about up to 10 witch bottles. Witch bottles are extremely powerful. Okay. You can put all kinds of charms in there, herbs, stones, with your intent. And okay, cool. So you couldn't hear the water running. Yeah, it's that noise canceling thing. Thank you, Kinsley's mommy. I would say do upwards to 10 witch bottles is what I would do. Um, I would do an anti-hexing bottle. I would do an evil eye witch bottle. I would do uh, a respect me bottle because they will try to cause as much disrespect as possible in your life, for people to not respect you, for people to, kind of disregard you. Especially if you're dealing with a misogynistic coven, which women can be misogynistic as well. Okay. Uh, so they'll just, especially if you are a mom or a single mom, they will try to, disintegrate you for doing something that they probably would never be strong enough to do. Okay. I would use the ones with the corks. Yeah. Or you can always use the mason jars as well. I mean, even though I love witch bottles, I still use mason jars. I would absolutely make their stuff backfire on them. I would. I would do some kind of backfiring witch jar or, you know, working to make that stuff start backfiring on them. I would not cower down to them. Okay. Honestly, somebody that attacks with a group of people, to me, they're cowards anyway. Okay. But, I don't have any, they want respect. They want this respect. And maybe there's a story behind it. Maybe they've been disrespected and mistreated their entire life. Hey, listen, joining a gang of people and mistreating others is not going to gain you any respect. Not with me. In fact, I have no respect for a person that will do something like that. Uh, you know, and that's just how I feel. Okay? That's just how I feel about it. I don't believe that they are deserving of any respect. And I think that they are doing unnecessary things that is just going to eventually at some point tear them down. Okay. They do work and they do support one another. Okay. So compare it to if you grew up in a narcissistic family and you always felt like the outsider, to where, they you felt like you were not a part of their support system, like they would support each other but they would never support you. If you needed to, maybe you needed help every once in a while, and none of them wanted to, they all would just kind of shun you because they had already been wishing for, uh, you to have problems. Okay. They've been actually wishing that for you, those problems on you. So y'all know what I'm talking about. And so they are comparable. And so a lot of people that grow up in narcissistic families, believe it or not, they will actually start behaving that way. They will go out in the world and they will mistreat people. They will. They'll go out in the world and mistreat people. I wouldn't do that, but there are people, that would do that because I felt like I was sort of like the oddball out in the family. You know, I felt that a lot in my family. I just felt like they were judging me. I felt like, I was you. I just felt like people were talking about me, behind my back and just kind of, you know, yeah, wasn't that big of a deal to me though. It wasn't. It was something that I was able to get past in life, but there are some people that the slightest thing, and they're gonna, you know, excuse me, guys. Okay, so let's get back on the subject of the witch bottles. You're going to need to be uncrossed. You're going to need to be cleansed, more than likely. Depending on who you are, you may have to do unbindings on yourself. If you need to be unbinded, if your powers as a witch have been binded, and I've actually went through that, and it is the most frustrating fucking shit ever. Uh, it's very frustrating when your powers are binded. It freaking sucks. It does. When somebody has done a really, really good binding on you, not that you were trying to hurt that person. No, you were not trying to harm anybody. The people, I've had somebody do bindings on me so that I couldn't manifest the things that I freaking needed for my family. I've had people do that. It's so ornery. And it's very frustrating. What I would suggest is you can do an unbinding jar, but you're going to need fire for that. You're going to need intent for that. You're going to need fire and will for that. So I would say either use a 7-day candle or a 14-day candle, but also do a witch bottle that prevents your powers from being binded. But if your powers are binded, that's something that you're going to have to reverse. You're going to have to reverse it. You're going to have to break it. You're going to have to use broken glass. You're going to have to do all kind of stuff to get that, because that, my friend, is hell. That is how they drag you to hell. Binding a witch's powers is hell. Oh God, it is the most annoying thing ever when you are used to casting your spells and it's just work. It just works. Okay. It just like, and I think that it hits you all at once. Um, and that can be devastating if you are running a spiritual business. Coincidentally, there is backup for that because and even though my powers were binded, the spells still worked for my clients. Thank the goddess. Okay. I would do an anti-binding bottle. I would definitely reverse some shit like that. I would do a transmutation bottle. I would do a home protection bottle. If you have a job, I would do a job protection bottle. I would do if you have a business, do a business protection bottle. Oh, that coffee's good. I would do all of that. I would have up to 10 bottles. And you can get bottles from Michael's. They're $3 a piece. Or you can get them cheaper on Amazon. You can even get those little tiny spell bottles too. You don't have to have the large ones. Even though I like the larger ones, but you have to fill them up with other stuff. But if you're going to do a road opener bottle, I would definitely use a larger kind of a larger bottle. But if you only have the small one, you can do that. Typically, whenever you've been binded, that energy, you're going to need some abracamina, you're going to need some road opening and unbinding herbs, because otherwise, you're not going to be functioning at 100%. And yes, a binding spell can lead to almost being evicted, freaking foreclosure. Yeah, because your spells are not working for yourself. They're not working for yourself. You're wondering what the hell is going on. Things that you were able to manifest in the past, you can't you're unable to do. It's not like you'll never get that ability back. Once you unbind yourself, you'll be fine. Okay. Mhm. It's very traumatizing, and you have to remember who you are. Now, here's another thing that they do. You have to do something to protect your head. So you need crown protection. Protect your head. Let me tell you something. These people think of everything. They think of everything. Okay. Okay, one EQ. They think of everything. So we were talking the other day about the skull candles and parts and different areas of the brain that control and govern over your memory, over just your entire perception. And so, black skull candles, white skull candles, green skull candles, they are not just, or red ones, they are not just used to curse somebody. I would suggest, as soon as you can, getting some kind of skull candle to get that stuff out of your head. Because what they'll do is they'll bind your powers, so that they can convince you that you have no powers. And you won't remember who you are. You won't remember that you are that powerful person that was capable of everything. You were capable of doing and obtaining everything that you want in life. Okay. House, car, husband, protection for your kids. Okay. Protection for your animals. Yeah, they can be used for healing work as well. But if you don't have a skull candle, you can use a chime candle to do a healing. I know that there was something, and I talk about my experiences because I want you guys to know how real it is. The world of witchcraft can be an amazing, and it's amazing, and these types of people are completely destroying magic. I have a problem with them, because what they do is they put so much dark in it. It's an oversaturation of dark energy, and they take all of the fun out of it for some people. And yes, they will sit around and talk about how evil they were, or the evil things that they did to people. Hey, I wouldn't fit in with that kind of coven unless they were doing it to people that deserved it, that attacked them or did something to them. Then I could understand it. But if a person genuinely said, "Hey, I'm cutting the cord, I'm walking away, I am ending this negative cycle that I have with you, I'm gonna," you know what I'm saying? That's called being responsible and sensible. Everybody can't do that though. Some people are not going to walk away. They want to use you as a decoy. They want to use you as a sacrifice. They want to use you as a sponge to absorb all of their crap. Oh, yeah, you can use oil candles. If you have some vegetable shortening and all you have is a vegetable shortening candle and a birthday candle, you can make a shortening candle. Okay. Candles can, now if you don't have a candle, you got some paper and some matches, don't you? Write it down and burn it. Write it down, print it out, burn it all day. Print out 10 pages that you're going to burn at different points of the day. Okay, so candles are not always necessary. As long as you have some kind of fire to ignite something, then you'll be fine. I could never say that I don't have any candles because not only do I have a few candle supplies left, but I also have tons and tons of wax that I have to melt down. So, it because they do like to take away your resources. They will do very intricate spells. They're they put a focus and an emphasis on your candles. So what they'll do is they'll do a spell so that you don't have any candles. It's very bizarre, these people, the way that they operate. They just want to stop you, I guess, from living. It's very weird and strange. For the things that they do, there's always something to counteract it. And keep plenty of brooms in your house, around the fall, like right now. But I think that a lot of the grocery stores, they have them all year round, is those cinnamon brooms, or either they have them in pumpkin scented. And get them brooms, and keep them in your house as a ward. You can keep several of them all over your house as a ward. Brooms are very powerful. um in fact, I'm gonna have a new home protection altar that I am doing for, somewhere around fall equinox, that I'm gonna be doing. And it's gonna have like brooms going up, down, up, down. It'll be a space on the wall with a table with things underneath it. So it is gonna be freaking amazing. Um, oh my God, yes, I love them too. I do. And I take them out of the plastic because some people like to leave them in the plastic. I take them out, but they are so useful, even when they lose their smell. And you can actually use essential oils on them to make them smell good again. But yes, I love those. I love everything fall. I've always loved the fall and fall decor. Okay. Summer, and I was born in the summer. Not really a summery type of person for some reason. But I do like all of the seasons, but fall and winter are my favorite. Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. God bless your home. Kinsley's mommy, bless your home. And have you given everything away for free, since you won't be a sellout like they're gonna force a fake weak spell on the innocent. Yeah, they will do that. They will. I'm telling you, you don't have to do anything. And you know what? I think that it's very important for you to keep your hands and your feet clean when you're dealing with people like that. Try not to play their same game. I'd say that, yeah, it's okay for, if they cursed you, it's okay to curse them back. If they've sent something to you, it's okay to reverse it and send it back. Even when you reverse something, you're still sending it back. You're still cursing them. If they are doing things and they won't stop, I feel that they deserve the most horrific. I believe that they deserve a complete and total horror show. Yeah, I do. Oh, really? I like spring too, but it's just something about fall and winter. I'm a snuggly blanket type of person, and I just love to be snuggled up underneath a warm blanket. And I actually really like snow as well. We don't get much snow over here in Georgia. How do I incorporate lightning and magic? Because I love rain, I love the sun, moon, stars, winter, spring, lightning. Wood that's been struck by lightning, Ashley Rose. I got a bunch of it. I got a bunch of it. Oh my God. I'm getting ready to go out here and harvest it. I told the city, do not take this away. It's sitting. Yeah, I got a lot of it. Oh, I thought you meant lightning, like the actual lightning. I've got a lot of wood that has been struck by lightning that came down in a storm. I have a lot of it right now on my property right now. You can take it and dry it out. You can powder it. You can make it into a very fine powder. Lightning up the sky. I was thinking that you meant the energy of lightning. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the energy of lightning, is something that was struck by lightning, which would be a tree. Trees get struck by lightning all the time. It can really help you to forge through problems, wood and stuff that has been struck by lightning. Um, Now, if you're talking about lighting up the sky, I would say fireworks, maybe, or I don't know what you mean, Ashley. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific, but yeah, just to let y'all know, FYI. Um, and once I get my Etsy shop set back up and everything, I'll probably be selling some of that wood too, but then also saving it and keeping it in reserve. And I'm gonna go back there and check and make sure because I don't think that that guy that cut my grass took my wood. I hope not. I have to go back there and check. Oh God, I'm paranoid about that now. I've got to go check that. So I would kind of be upset if that happened, even though I do have a nice piece of it on the front porch. Um, and I got to get a small axe to like chop it up too. I gotta. Okay, so I would say witch bottles, because witch bottles will preserve your intent. And that way you're not just constantly candles, constantly having to use all of these candles all the time, even though something new may pop up. um Anti-demon jar, something that prevents them from invoking demons on you, like Beelzebub and stuff like that. I know, right? John Lane, I know. I'm going to go back there and check when I'm done with this discussion. But yeah, and I'm actually almost going to wrap this up. But I would say candle magic is friggin' powerful. Fire is powerful. When you have a candle, whether or not it's a 7-day candle or it's a pillar candle, it represents earth, air, fire, and water and spirit. It represents all of the elements, because when you think about it, when the candle turns into liquid, it's water. The intention, and it takes air to make a candle actually work. um you have air, then you have fire, and the wax is earth. um oh, I love Etsy. I can't wait to get back on there. I know he better not have took my wood or moved it. He may have thought he was helping if he did it though. But I forgot to tell him, don't touch that wood because I'm keeping it. In fact, let's find out right now. If he did, trust me, I've got a birch tree out there too that's been struck by lightning. You can tell that it's been struck. I've got a whole tree out there already. But I still want to go and check because I want that wood. But yeah, using wood from a tree that has been struck by lightning will put the power of lightning in your spell work. Oh, good, he didn't. It's all still there. It's there, y'all. It's there. Yes. Hmm. Even a tree limb that came down because of a storm has the power of that storm in it. So this is the yard, guys. Finally got my grass cut. Finally. He does. Yeah. That's it. That's a birch tree, right? Oh, I absolutely love, love, love this tree. And I was out here enchanting it. Y'all see that kind of large, and my bird bath was lonely all summer. But y'all see that spike going towards the north. Don't touch my house. This is a birch tree, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it's been struck by lightning. Um, this is my hydrangea bush that didn't do well at all. And I can tell you that the spirits of this house absolutely love me, welcome me and my family. And the spirits of this house are not happy with that because obviously, this house was built with a lot of TLC. And this is a sweet gum tree right here. This looks like this one right here looks like something is touching me. Like, I don't know if it's a spider web or something is like literally touching me. It's molesting me. This tree right here, what kind of tree is that? I think it might be some kind of pine, some variety of pine. And yeah, because there's pine cones that drop out of this tree all over the yard. Okay, so I'm always abundant in pine cones. Okay, and we didn't get very many this year, or there's pine cones buried up underneath there. I don't know what kind of tree this is, but this is the one. It was either this tree or that one that came down in a storm. Thank you, John. Yeah, this is the house that they don't want me living in. My little witch house. They don't want me here. As if I would be any less powerful, as if I would be less powerful. But my family has loved this home and we're going to keep loving this home. Um, but this is it right here. This is all of it's got leaves. I already have fall leaves, as you guys can see. Spirit just said, we want you to have abundance. It was such a beautiful gift from nature. Such a beautiful gift from nature. See that? And I had my son come drag it back here. Okay. And the guy that cut my grass, it was so overwhelming for him. I hope that this is, I don't think this is poison oak or anything. It's like a cabbage patch back here. He'll say that he'll be back to do the rest of this in the back. But I got a tree with a hollow back here too. And I've actually came back here and done rituals and stuff. That's a cherry blossom tree bush right there that, it pops up, but it doesn't last long. And so for some reason, you know, it's this house within itself has been under attack. Okay. Something just decided to molest me and I got bit up. But yeah, I got a lot of tree and I'm going to come out here with an axe and cut all this up and just chop it up. I'm going to get like a special thingy. There's two of my bamboo torches. I didn't know that he had moved them back here. Hey, mosquitoes, stop biting me. This is not fair. Got a lot of fairy grass all around this house. Mushrooms pop up everywhere. So, I love this house and I want to buy it, but you guys know that I want to get on the lake. So, I'm going to do everything I can for this house while I'm here, you know. But I love it. It definitely holds a lot of sentimental value for me. Um, anyway. So yeah, I've got plenty of that. So if hey, not, but look at this fat cat. No, you can't do that. Mm-mm. No. Why can't you be blessed with both? You're right, Ashley. You're absolutely right. But to have no, she's fine now because yeah. Um, I definitely could do that. I think that it would be very indulgent. I would feel bad. Honestly, Ashley, there are people right now that don't even have one house. And so I feel that if I had two, so maybe, I don't know if the owners of this house would be willing to sell it to me. Because I definitely would like to buy it. So that may be. Um, so a lot of resources out there, huh? It's a lot. And I usually have a whole bunch of witches burrs. Like, usually witches burrs are usually very abundant around here, close to spring and summer. And so if I ever need witches burrs, I just walk out in my yard or pine cones and they're there, kind of right there. And now I'm itching. The mosquitoes must have got me. They got my butt. So, all right. So just know that you can survive and you will survive coven attacks. It sucks that it's out there. I would have never guessed it. I would have never guessed that I would be a person that would be getting attacked by covens. I know that initially There was a lot of, smear campaigns that was done against me, I guess, to make them feel as though it was justified. But, and you can't create truths, the truth is just the truth. You can't just say a lie and then force it to be the truth. That's one thing that you can't do with witchcraft. If a person did not complete that action ever, you can't just say it and make it real. So I think that there's a lot to be said about that. And like I said, you may have to have some invocations and some connections. Now, I know that Ma'at is, a ancient Kemetic goddess of justice. And, she can really help you as well. But I also think that, like what I was mentioning to you guys when it comes to Fornias, is that, Fornias, I think a lot of you guys need to connect with that particular entity, because what he will do is he will protect you from other demons in hell. Um, so there's a lot of different options that you do have. Just make sure that you have trust and faith in it. Don't ever practice witchcraft in vain. And, but it can be difficult. It can be difficult. I think that one of the things that they're doing is binding witches' powers. Oh, I'm so sorry, John. Mm, I know that. I bet that's difficult. I can already see them very nosy and meddling, just like a machine. I don't know why. Just a machine, just going and going and going and going and going and going. Wow. Can't leave you alone. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. If you're here from TikTok, make sure that you subscribe, as well as subscribe to the Witch's Broom channel. But if you are here from TikTok, you don't have to come over to YouTube, because YouTube is a very, 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 oh God, YouTube is like the ghetto. It's like the ghetto over here, y'all. Seriously. Okay. And oh, I have a daughter that's a Aries that was born in March. That's so cool. Um, and then what was I gonna say? Oh, make sure that you guys subscribe. If not, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Just make sure that you guys hit that thumbs up. And like I said, I am here for you. I know how to forge through dealing with covens. If you don't some people don't even realize that they are dealing with a coven, and they're praying constantly and nothing's happening. Um so you guys are more than welcome to contact me. Okay, my doors are open. Okay, but definitely I'm gonna have like a whole bunch of, like, witch bottles is gonna be my newest thing, because normally I hadn't been really doing a lot of witch bottles, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even believe that they were necessarily necessary, at least not for me. I mean, of course there's certain bottles that I've made with intention, but I think that the whole point is, preserving the intent and keeping it, and just, making sure that, the thing of it is, here's the one thing that I can't stand about these stupid coven attacks, is that, you do a spell, you do your work, you do whatever custom that you have for your specific background or lineage, and you live life. When you're dealing with a coven attack, it just seems like They create like a spiritual burnout or something. It's so weird because it seems like you're constantly having to, okay, let me get up and let me light up this protection jar. Let me get up and let me do this. And let me get up and let me do that. They're annoying. They are annoying. They are. And they're meant to be annoying. They're like, I don't, how do you describe them? Goodness gracious. And especially if you're somebody that's a seer and you can see certain things, you never know. You could be having a normal, ordinary Friday afternoon, and then all of a sudden at a certain time here comes some energy, and some of those witches are very good to where they can push energy to you very fast, or either they are psychically attacking you. That's another witch bottle. Psychic attack is not just somebody sending you negative thoughts. A psychic attack can be an intention or a meditation that is set by a psychic that can affect you for months. So you have to have something that counteracts that. And I believe that the evil eye protections, and then also, the psychic attack, you can either do an evil eye protection or either psychic attack. It sucks though, because I think that witches can really, really be very helpful and loving, but these particular, I mean, they're just like very disruptive, problematic, just all the time doing something. And I think that that's why the world has a hatred and a disdain for witches, and it sucks and I want to change the game on that. I want to put witches back on the map, and not to where we're being used and abused and not paid what we're owed, or what we're worth. I don't, but it puts us in a position to where that happens right there, is that we end up being used, abused, because of that. So it doesn't help that situation, especially when you have witches and covens attacking other witches. And you have a lot of that going on YouTube. You have a lot of that going on in social media. And I think it sucks, and it affects us all. And I think that those of us that know that, those of us that are responsible, those of us that use magic responsibly, I think that we need to stick together. Okay, seriously. Okay, guys, I will see you guys later. Visit www.divineservicesapothecary. And if you have not gotten into my fall equinox group, you should do so immediately. Okay. Or if you need work done, obviously, if you have a coven that is literally like after you, you need to get help with that. Okay. And all of the signs are going to be there. Okay. Did I get into the signs of a coven attack? I did a little bit earlier on in the live, but there are many, many, many other signs and signals. And, especially if you're dealing with a religious cult type coven. And that was one that I think I was dealing with. Not anymore. I think that they probably disseminated, or whatever you want to call it. I think that they kind of left it alone because my spirits were like, hey, why are you attacking this lady? Like, what are you doing? Um, for some reason, they want to come for your holidays. Like, they want to curse your holidays. We're pagan. All of the holidays are pagan. And you're just going to steal that from us? Like, yeah. So protect your holidays too. You have to protect. I know that that's what I've learned, is to protect my holidays. Just You don't have to do nothing drastic. It can be as simple as putting a little piece of alum and a crystal and maybe some black obsidian over one of those wheel of the years. You can buy those wheel of the year, the little plates. You can do a quick protection spell for the entire year, because they want you to be broke, they want you to be sick, they want you to be unhappy, they want you to be down and out. Yeah, 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 I know you hate me, you hate me, you hate me, whatever. You do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do about it. Okay. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. Peace and love to you guys. Blessings. Bye.